Okay, so on the subject of Sam Lachow, that's an idea I came up with in my grandma's basement. I had been trying to get into Full Sail to make some money. I'm always broke and I'm talking always broke as fuck. I got $12, $13 to my name right now. Um, I don't know who in the fuck's selling me on iTunes. Excuse my language, or who's selling merch or anything for that guy, but that guy is me. My name's Alex White. It's not Sam LaChow. I was starving in my grandma's basement where I took bullets at one point in time. There's bullet holes in the place. I've got pictures of it posted on my Facebook. I got my leg almost blown clear off. I got holes in my hands. I got holes in my chest. I've got holes in my toe. Over the meth trade, over crystal meth, and shows like Breaking Bad. My last name's White. The cops got all conspired on me because of watching shows like Breaking Bad, I'm guessing. They're like, oh, these guys are scum, so we're going to get out and use meth to get inside their heads. And so these guys get out and they literally start smoking meth to find more people that do meth. And then they either shoot them or they throw them in prison. And these are undercover cops. These are guys dressed in street clothes that get out on an interagency narcotics task force and literally just open fire on whoever they please. That's not how I do business. Okay, if somebody's asking for help, begging for help for more food in their grandma's basement, I would give them work if I had the option to. If I had the money to give somebody money and say, here you go get some food instead of drugs. I've done that before. I do that. Any other motherfucker that wants to say that they're me doing my playing my material on Sam LaChow, as far as Alex Sin, as far as White goes, as far as any of that, you're a liar, and you know it, because that's me. That's my story. That's my life on YouTube. And I take a big risk putting that on there. It causes a lot of speculation. You get fans of other artists and stuff like that talk their little nonsense and all that. Oh, so-and-so beat the shit out of blah, blah, blah. Okay, this isn't make-believe. This is not action figures. I believe I have a track called Action Figures. This is life. I don't like seeing women get hurt. I don't like seeing children get hurt. And I don't like seeing my homeboys get hurt. I don't like criminals. You know what I mean? I'm not a criminal myself. I'm a very misunderstood American. I get a lot of stuff about people calling me a devil worshiper and stuff like that because of my astrological sign. I'm like, what does my astrological sign have anything to do with my religion? Which I wouldn't say I wouldn't say I'm a Christian. I wouldn't say I am an atheist. I'm not going to even say I'm a Satanist, but I do a lot more research into demonology and stuff like that than I do reading the Bible. I do a lot more research into people's bad side than their good side, because the bad stuff's the stuff you need to know about them to get them to cooperate and stuff like that. I'm not out to incriminate anybody. I'm not out to throw anybody in jail or prison, but if my family's threatened, I will take action. And that's just no questions asked. If somebody walks into my grandma's house and decides they're going to open fire on me in my grandma's house, that tells me my grandma's not safe. It tells me my little brother isn't safe. That tells me my mother, my father, that tells me nobody's safe. That's why I left Oregon in the first place. I'm going back, and I'm going back with a different mindset this time. I want to go to college and stuff like that, but I gotta wait to see if I get a disability income. There's a lot of misperceptions that I'm some big rich rapper. I'm not rich. I get a $20 bill flipped to me every once in a while from my grandma that's on Social Security who has survived colon cancer and stuff like that. And that's where my life's at right now. I'm 23 years old, and that music's a lot of hard work and stuff like that. I appreciate any promotion or anything like that, but you have to promote me in the right way. You have to take it to somewhere that's gonna matter and say, look, this guy is in here rapping, singing, and DJing his heart out alone a lot of the time. I've only DJed, and mind you, I've got all this material. That's all real footage. That's all real parts of my life. Those are my words. That's what I love. And I've only DJ'd for crowds of people a handful of times, and one time it was for a treatment center. I had a couple people listening to my stuff, and I had one guy come over and kneel down. It was an adolescent treatment center and stuff like that, so I had to watch the language. I couldn't play anything with cuss words or anything like that, you know. One kid came over and kneeled down and sat there and watched me. I thought that was the coolest thing, you know. It's like right on, somebody was listening, you know. I had little crowds in my grandma's basement, but it was only a 10, maybe 11 by 11 room and stuff, so it was really crowded there. But I appreciate my friends being there for me and stuff like that, but if $20 every couple weeks, or every, you know, I was getting $20 a week for a little bit, it felt like. I don't keep track of when she gives me money. It's just appreciated. It's my sleep money is the way I see that. I buy alcohol with it and nothing but alcohol. I have a lot of trouble sleeping. I mean, you got these headphones right here. Skull Candy Hesh headset. You know, I DJ'd with that guy in a garage the night we came up with this idea and stuff like that. And it's just, everybody is stealing our name, our ideas, and getting paid for it. And that's what I don't like. They sell these on Target.com for $30 a pair, and I think it's $60 for the Rasta set. And I'm like, I can't afford an attorney. I'm not going to go in there flipping out saying, I'm going to fucking shoot you if you don't give me money, right? And, you know, that's armed robbery. That's attempted robbery. I'm not going to rob somebody to get money. That's just not on the to-do list. I ain't going to prison. I don't break laws. You know, primary goal is public safety and wellness in a community and stuff. And it just disappoints me. You know, it just absolutely breaks my heart that people can look me in the eye and lie to me and say this isn't your product or this isn't your hard work that we're getting paid to manufacture off of. We've got a website called IamWhite.com, and somebody is manufacturing and selling cell phone cases. I'm talking all kinds of merchandise, I'm guessing, and I'm not getting paid a dime for it. You know, I don't know who's warehousing that or anything. Those are extremely illegal operations at this point in time, though. And I gave no consent for anybody. You know, I mean, I consented to iTunes and stuff like that. There's an episode of South Park that says, watch what you consent to on iTunes, and that is no joke. I am, like, America's #1 example of that right now. I'm not gonna admit to murdering anybody. I'm not gonna admit to, you know, I've had to beat a few people off of me, literally. You know, this guy, I get threatened with a knife and I see somebody going for it. I'm not gonna hesitate. I'm gonna bash their fucking head in if I get the chance to. Excuse my language again. There's just no question. You know, I got threatened by a guy with a knife from Roseburg. I seen him standing in front of a pipe shop reaching for the knife. I had to run up and break his jaw. He fell down and hit his head, and he ended up in jail shortly afterwards. Where he belongs, the man belongs in prison. I mean, we're talking this guy's literally a child molester and stuff. Just all the things I cannot stand and will not stand for. I will not defend those type of people. I see attorneys that defend people like that. I'm like, what are you smoking? You know, like, put that guy where he belongs, and we all know where that is. But I would just really, it'd be a godsend for a music label to get a hold of me, you know, and that's the main thing I need every major music label to know and stuff like that, is Sam LaChow is a made-up name. That is a cover name for me after I got shot, and I said, man, maybe I should change my name and skip to the next town. That was just a joke. I didn't actually change my name. My name is and always is going to be Alexander Wayne White. That's who I am. I remember the moment that name came into play, right before I premiered on KEXP Radio. I was standing there thinking, man, Sam LaChow would help me out right now, but I just don't have the money for it. And my dad has a friend named Sam Starnes. I actually almost chopped my foot off with an axe. And I'm a real person, you know. I keep it real and stuff. You know, the next thing I know is some dude is going to come up and say, I'm Sam LaChow, and get hired on and paid to play my music. Just like, you know, people like Skrillex. I guarantee you that guy's played my sounds. I know Cruella has played my sounds. I see all kinds of people getting paid to play my music. And it's beyond devastating. You know, I have to get up and look at my grandma every day that supports me. I'm like, I know I have money somewhere. But I cannot access it. I've called banks. I've tried getting an attorney that told me I was going to have to pay $100 for the first hour. How am I going to afford $100 an hour? You know, who am I going to sue? Bill Gates? Like, that's going to work. You know what I mean? Like, that guy is the scum of the earth to me right now. That guy is the main reason that I am in the hole that I'm in right now. The only thing I own to my name, paperwork, is a casket. I don't have a home. You know, I'm about to move back to Oregon and be homeless, which is why I'm using the internet as conservatively and as, you know, as smart as possible until I get to leave here. But it's going to be a real blessing to go back to Oregon for me. Better opportunities lie ahead of me there with the laws changing the way they are. I miss my dad a lot. I miss my dad, Johnny White, a lot. And stuff like that. You know, if my grandpa were alive today, it's just like I can't imagine looking him in his eyes and saying, here I am all over the internet with music that I produced in your house, and I'm not able to pay you rent because people won't stop ripping me off. You know, it's just, that's the reason I got kicked out of my grandma's in the first place. I get so stressed and so upset over just my current situation. You know, it's the only thing I want to do is support my family and be able to take them out to dinner, be able to buy my little brother presents and stuff like that. I feel like the family mooch, and it's almost too much to deal with sometimes. You know, I attempted suicide once right in front of a cop. I sat there and I shot up 1.3 grams of speed, like I said in one of my older videos. And I hoped I wasn't going to live. You know, I really hoped that I wasn't going to live. I really hoped that I was going to wake up in heaven, you know, that better place. But they say people that commit suicide go to hell, so I guess that's where I went for a little while. But I'm digging myself out. Just any support I can get from my fan base. Let artists like Tech9, Eminem, anybody that has a successful music label, I would sign with them in a hot second and give them the upside of my profits just to keep going, because I know speakers are a cost. I know the thought of being able to donate actual real money, to be able to take a stack of cash and hand that to a charity and say, go feed some kids, you know, that's my dream. It's my dream. I can't stand poverty. You know, I came from the south side of town where I live, and probably the oldest, shittiest house on the block. My grandpa was a Marine, and that guy was no joke. That guy did some dirty, dirty work. But that's not me. That was him. And though I am proud of him for keeping us alive and stuff like that, I've been dealing with the backlash of his actions, and I hope he's in a better place. You know, I hope I get to see him again someday. That's the idea. Anyways, but I appreciate anybody that sits there and sits through the entire length of these videos and listens to me. It means the world to me. I don't have a lot of friends here. I've got one brother. I just went and talked to a psychologist that is funnier than Charlie Sheen almost. Those guys were really cool. But I just miss my friends and family, and I can't wait to get back to Oregon to see you guys.